Hi guys, I'm Mohammad Reza Zainali. Today is November 7, 2025. It's around 3 p.m. It's a bit cold, windy, and it's going to start rain. But anyway, so what I wanted to share with you guys, I feel is important for some of you guys. It might be beneficial because based on my experience, based on what I'm dealing, and I receive different calls from like government bodies, different organization, collector department, telecommunication, banks, or whatever. But the problem is, when they call, they ask for full name and they try to confirm it's the right person, which is fine. But the problem is when you ask for their full name, they refuse. What I experienced from the different organization, most of them, it was refused. And why is matter? Because the problem is, if you like I was on the phone for an hour and a half, some of them 2 hours, but after 2-3 weeks you see there is nothing, no follow-up, no progress. When you call, there is no, like, when you wanted to make a complaint or make a writing complaint or proceed in different legal channel, they ask for full name of the person you talk. For example, when I wanted to open the TAL, like Tribunal Administrative de Logement, against the leaseholder, because he refused to provide his full name, I just have the first name, the TAL refused my request. And or the small claim, it was for a few years ago, I tried different thing, the voicemail, like different, even the call, the intercom, or like the management, but because without their full name you cannot do anything. Like for example, now the Rogers called me and her name was, and when I asked her about it, and she said no, like they just provide her first name, which I'm not sure even if it's real or it's a nickname. But the thing is, I explained it to her respectfully that based on what happened with the previous agent, which I talked last two weeks ago, she promised to do something. I said something and I emphasized to record it, to register it, to make a note, and she said yes, and I was supposed to receive an email for the result of the follow-up. But so when I talked to her, when I said it to her, the Rogers today, she said no, we cannot like provide the full name. And when I explained it again, this is about my experience, that I found it even after a few months that there are some inaccuracy, even some dishonesty, opposite of what I said, and they did not they have not done what they promised to do, or based on the law they had to do. But the thing is, and what she said yeah, you can call us and ask for the agent name, but you should remember like the date and like the time. I said okay, I'm gonna find based on the call history and go. This is the thing, and it's happened, like I'm telling you, it's not the first time. The problem is, like when you wanna make a complaint, when you wanna make a progress in different legal channel, or like different ways to follow up or make them accountable, without their full name you cannot do anything. And so when they say their full name, they're gonna be accountable. You can hold them accountable because it's gonna be registered. But the other way, if you talk to the lawyer or legal aid or like the legal organization who provide like legal information, not legal advice, they're just gonna say okay, yeah, you're gonna go for access info tribunal. But the problem is, it takes few months to years, which recently I tried it, and it was written it's gonna take 2 years just to find out about their full name. But I mean, before that you can ask for the organization for that. But I mean, it's a complicated, and it's like a long process. It's a headache. So this is the thing that I'm just sharing with you, because based on the law they have to be transparent, accountable, and it should be fair. Like for example, if one side did not do their side, you should be able to do some follow-up. But without even just the simple things, which is not confidential information. So as far as I know, as simple logic and fairness that suggests transparency, accountability, professionalism, ethic, or requires that both parties share their full name, not just one side and not just their like first name. So this is hopefully my case gonna be granted for leave to appeal in Supreme Court of Canada, which hopefully. And the thing is, one of that is if there is no clear law about it, it's a gap. You know, that's and just think about it, why they don't provide their full name, what's gonna happen? But when they don't do their job, how you can proceed? You know, in the paper they said, oh yeah, you can ask for like a supervisor or like access information, but the thing is they don't say it. It's about how long it's gonna take. Imagine for each call, for each agent, like I have for just one thing, different agent, and how I gonna do the follow-up? And plus that, it's not gonna be just one email and you ask for that and they provide it. And that's why even the full name is very important to have. And when I said it, okay, I'll provide my full name, or I want to make sure that who I'm speaking to, most of the time they hang off. Or one of them from the collector tried to say something and I try to like talk over him, because he was saying that if I don't confirm my full name, he's gonna mention it that it's my refusal to cooperate or something. I said no, I'm not refusing to collaborate, cooperate with the process, but I want to make sure that you're gonna be accountable too. What happened? They were saying like no, you cannot talk over me. Okay, I said it. Okay, I'm gonna listen. He said the same thing. I'm gonna write it as a refusal. I said no, do not make a note as a refusal. You refuse to provide your name. And he repeat what he said and then hang up. You know what happened? In the profile, under their profile, what is written? I refuse as for cooperation. Imagine like you receive calls 5, 6, 7 times a day, and based on the law, I ask also for preference for email, because I don't have much, even the charge for the battery. I live in my car and it's not easy just to go to the cafe or library to charge. It's gonna take an hour and a half, and then I have my cat and I cannot just park somewhere. I have to be exactly in front of my car, because I have to see my car, because if someone came and they said, oh, my cats are in danger situation, they're gonna ask for authority. They come and based on the law they can break even the windows, but that's why I have to be in front to see if something happened. I'm gonna get involved and explain in case if I'm in the cafe or library. But imagine I need the charge every 4 hours too, 5, 6 hours. Even the external battery doesn't work like that, and that takes like 2-3 hours just to charge that. And I mean, it's a lot of different challenges. It's 8 minutes. Sorry. Have a good day.